Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Vihan, a perfect AB Precal 5 kid. I took the test when I was in 9th grade and I got a perfect 5. I'm currently in 11th grade and I've started this video series since last year. Now I know that College Board does not give out the official multiple choice practice of AP Precal, and I was one of the first kids to have sat for this test the first time it was introduced. So I know exactly what questions they asked me on my multiple choice. So although I have made these questions on my own, I can guarantee you that these are very much relevant to your test. I have a total of 35 questions with me and I'll be having them in 5 videos of 7 questions each. So if you like the videos and if you feel that you want to look at all 35 of them, make sure that you watch all 5 videos. Apart from that, the entire 35 question PDF along with the answer key is linked in the description below. If you do choose to directly go to the PDF instead of looking at the video, I would really appreciate if you leave a like or a comment. It would really help me since I'm applying to college as well. Yeah, so let's begin. Question 29. A population model is given by something where t is the time in years. Which of the following best describes the population as t approaches infinity? Pause the video, try this question. I like this one. So I'll begin by rewriting p of t. Yeah. So p of t is essentially 500 minus 500. Now 3 to the power minus t can be rewritten in the denominator as 3 to the power t. Now look at the chain of thought that we develop here. So as t approaches infinity, yeah, 3 to the power t approaches infinity, right? Because as you increase the powers of 3, they become exponentially great. So as 3 to the power t approaches infinity, what happens to 500 upon 3 to the power t? Yeah, well, 500 upon 3 to the power t approaches 500 upon infinity, but 500 upon infinity approaches 0. Yeah, so what happens to our function? So in our function p of t, as t approaches infinity, we have 500 minus 0, which is equal to 0. Yeah, which means that the population approaches 500. C. Alright, question 30. This is one of my faves. Yeah, I love this one. Even I couldn't solve it. It took me like 10 minutes to figure out initially when I first came across such question. So if f of x is equal to cosine of arc sine of x, which of the following is an expression for f of x in terms of x? Now when someone is looking at this question for the first time, especially if you are still giving AP Precal, then this is intimidating because you have no idea how to approach this. But for most of the AP Precal questions, I've noted that the trigonometry, it can be easily solved using sine square plus cos square is equal to 1. Yeah, anywhere if you're stuck and if you apply this identity, you'll probably find a way out. So if I use the identity, yeah, sine square x plus cos square x is equal to 1. Yeah, now what if instead of x I actually put in arc sine of x? Yeah, so I have sine square of arc sine x plus cos square arc sine x is equal to 1. Yeah, now we know what sine of arc sine of x is. That is simply x. So sine arc sine of x whole square is x square. So we have x square plus cos square arc sine of x to be equal to 1. Then I can subtract x square from both sides and take the square root. So cosine of arc sine of x is equal to the square root of 1 minus x square, and there we go, option C. It looks really small and simple, but the non-trivial observation was using this identity, and I think this may appear on your AP test. It did not appear in mine, but I have a strong feeling that this can, and anyways it's a good problem to be aware of. So yeah, that was question 30. Alright, question 31. This is a really easy question. You probably won't get such a question on your multiple choice. The only reason for the inclusion of this question in this worksheet is that I wanted you to be clear with the root thing, yeah. So many people might wrongly rewrite. So this is e to the power 3x 7th root. Many people might wrongly rewrite this as ln e to the power 7 over 3x. That is not the case. It is the 7th root, yeah. Which means we'll have ln, this is wrong, this is ln e to the power 3x over 7, yeah. And then you have the power rule where we have 3x over 7 times ln e, but ln e is just 1, so we're left with 3x over 7. That is option A. So I hope you'll keep in mind the root or the order of the root when you're dealing with such questions. Alright, question 32. You should be able to solve this under 30 seconds, yeah. It's just a matter of replacing tan and cosec in terms of sine and cosine. So tan x is basically sine x over cosine x, and cosec x is basically 1 over sine x, yeah. So this goes away, you're left with 1 over cosine x. Now you'll be looking for 1 over cosine x in the options, but you'll never find one, so you'll have to note that 1 over cosine x is secant of x, which is option C. Alright, question 34 and 35. If I'm being honest, I think I ran out of ideas at the end of the test because I didn't know what to exactly ask. I could have asked a conversion, but here it is. A complex number has modulus 6 and argument this, which of the following is a rectangular form. Again, you plug in the modulus, so this is 6 cos 5 pi over 6 plus I sine 5 pi over 6. Now cos 5 pi over 6 is, it has to be negative, so it is negative root 3 over 2, and sine will be positive, so this is half, yeah. So if I go on to evaluate that, this is minus 3 root 3 plus 3i minus 3 root 3 plus 3i, option C. And 35 is again very easy. Use the product rule, so we have log x 4 9s are 36 is equal to 1, which means x to the power 1 is equal to 36, so x is equal to 36. There we go. Alright, that should be the end of this video series. I hope it helped you in the slightest way possible. If you found it useful, do like, share and subscribe. And yeah, thank you. All the best for your AP test.